Hello everybody and welcome back to Daily Y. My guest today is Daniel. He's a system architect at one of the world's leading technology companies. Our topic today is the recent news that China plans to build another 1 million new 5G base stations for 2021. But we will also touch the key topics of artificial intelligence, deep learning, and the future of data privacy.
Hi Daniel, from your point of view, what do you think is a big plan behind of this news?
First of all, I think this is it's a good example of seeing really the economy of scale and its advantage. That the more items you produce, the cheaper you can produce them. That on the one hand, and on the other hand, I have to say it is remarkable that they are able to increase their volume by so much, even though we went through the greatest pandemic in the recent history. And yeah, this is quite remarkable. But I also have to say, on the other hand, that China has no other way than to really try their best and try really hard to push for the technologies in which they are leading right now. I don't know if you have heard that, but recently China had quite a few setbacks in the realms of processors, of chip making. As you know, especially Huawei is being heavily sanctioned by the US government, and this is especially targeting chip manufacturing. There's a big problem for Huawei because on the one hand they are building 5G devices, networking devices that need chips inside to do all the processing. And on the other hand, Huawei as a smartphone manufacturer. And then there, of course, the processor is the key element to make the device run, right? And if you cannot produce those chips anymore, then you're in deep trouble because you cannot sell anything. In general, networking, I think, is the biggest portion of revenue for Huawei. But the problem here is that, of course, China is a very big country and they have their own chip manufacturing, but they're not that good at it. So that is, for example, that HSMC, a big Chinese leading chip manufacturer, local leading chip manufacturer, they ran out of cash. Basically, they went bankrupt, and that after building a $20 billion plant for chip manufacturing, well, all the executives got fired and the company now got taken over by the local government. You can see that this is not a good signal, and this is not how a company normally is led successfully. And then the US semiconductor giant GlobalFoundries, they shut their only factory in China, shut that down. And Nanjing-based company Tacoma failed to deliver on their promise of building a multi-billion-dollar memory chip factory in China. And all those points are really showing that on the one hand, China is really trying and pushing to create their own chip manufacturing industry and make it stronger and better. But on the other hand, you can also see that this is really difficult business. And on top of that, even if all those plans would have succeeded, their plans were only to start building 14 nanometer chips by the end of 2021, and then in the future 7 nanometer. But TSMC, the market leader right now, they're looking into transitioning into 3 nanometer chipsets, and that really shows the big gap that China has on this point. So China has to really push and try to really make most of what they're good at, and that is, for example, the 5G technology in and of itself.